is the grand finale.
And after our heated discussion of last week's episode where I was wearing this nice big dog blue shirt where we talked about the relevance of women's wrestling.
You don't care.
And Marcus feels that no one cares about anything women. We're here to talk about something else. We're here to talk about another subject that is my full responsibility. This is something that I want to discuss. Marcus and Ryan want absolutely nothing to do with it. So if it sucks, it sucks.
Sure,
I'm here to talk about the relevance of the Cruiserweight Division in professional wrestling. At one point, the Cruiserweight Division is what made WCW, but of course at one point they let WCW go, and then it also made TNA. Cruiserweights or smaller wrestlers has never played a role in WWE, but supposedly there's a rumor that Cruiserweights may be coming to WWE.
Shinoka was a light heavyweight champion.
Marcus, they had never made any money. They did not care about Cruiserweights. Now, Marcus,
the greatest Cruiserweight champion of all time.
My question is the same question we asked last week about women's wrestling. Why does no one care about the Cruiserweight or the light heavyweights in professional wrestling? Why can't they sustain their success that they always seem to generate?
Well, the reason is the reason they think that nobody care about Cruiserweight is because most people in professional wrestling think that you have to be a bodybuilder to get over.
Yeah, but
and they think you got to be a big guy and you got to do big power moves, and they think if you're a smaller guy, you don't look like you really win a fight, that you can't win.
But I mean, unlike women's wrestling, you have numbers and stats that support that Cruiserweights and smaller wrestlers have generated plenty of money for the company.
Because the stats you have, you're going to point to WCW, but for every WCW, there is a Ring of Honor or an ECW in which they use smaller wrestlers, and yet it still doesn't generate enough money for the company. Well, TNA has their X Division. It built their foundation upon the X Division, but yet it still doesn't seem like when they made to the main, well, they went away from it. So it just seems like it just doesn't work.
Well, the first rule of any type of business is marketing.
For the companies.
For marketing, and I had to say, Marcus, the indies, they don't have the budget to waste on marketing because they have to pay the talent, book the arenas and stuff like that. Compared to in WCW, they market the Cruiserweight Division to... The Cruiserweight Division was relevant until... I would say to Bret Hart jumped ship, and then everybody else started jumping ship. Pretty much the NWO came in. Marcus, you had your Rey Mysterios, you had your Ultimate Dragon.
Yeah, but you played on Bret Hart time, and they stopped long before then.
No, pretty much WCW stopped caring once they started jumping and getting WWE stars.
Once they took Juventus mask, and they stopped pushing Guerrero and Jericho and Malenko, and Benoit was doing his thing for the title, it was like, they felt that was irrelevant, and then, they didn't generate new stars for it.
And in my opinion, I think WWE may be making a mistake right now by waiting to launch their Cruiserweight Division when the network starts. I think they should be introducing characters right now. I think we should be having Cruiserweight matches right now, because if you don't get it, TNA is going to beat them to the punch.
You know the problem with the WWE starting the Cruiserweight Division right now? Right now, the WWE champion is technically a Cruiserweight, and he's fighting another Cruiserweight. It's a Daniel Bryan. And therefore, there's a Cruiserweight title match right there. Your top Cruiserweights are fighting for the WWE title.
Well, Marcus, I have disagreed. I think Punk and both Daniel Bryan have exceeded the role of Cruiserweight. So,
to be a Cruiserweight, you can never be a top draw.
No. I'm saying to be a Cruiserweight, there's a certain level of Cruiserweightness that you have. I mean, there's a point where you elevate up from being a Cruiserweight and you start competing for the heavyweight title, i.e. Austin Aries. I mean, Austin Aries, he says he loves the X Division and he loves everything, but now he wants to compete for the World Heavyweight title, which is perfectly fine.
Doesn't it seem like you throw the Cruiserweight Division out the window when you have Rey Mysterio defeating the Big Show and Rey Mysterio beating Kane, and you have these little guys beating bigger guys?
All I gotta say,
if anybody can beat anybody.
All I gotta say, David beat Goliath. David beat Goliath.
That happened one time.
For the first Marcus.
9 out of 10 times Goliath would have kicked his ass.
That might be true, but David won that one time. But Marcus, that's when you have to.
Goliath will one more match.
That's when you have to make being a Cruiserweight champion lucrative to the Cruiserweights. And I think for the first time ever, I will applaud TNA for what they did, because Option C did that. For the X Division champion at Destination X has that opportunity to cash in his X Division title to become the World Heavyweight Champion.
So basically it means once a year, the X Division is going to become relevant.
No, it means
that this time of the year, just like last year when they forced me to order that pay-per-view when I know I should have ordered Money in the Bank,
That was 2 years ago.
That was last year, right? When CM Punk walked out with the title.
Oh yeah.
Well, Marcus, it makes you feel that you have to win this title, and then you have to keep the title, so you can cash it for next year.
What's keeping TNA from promoting it? I agree. Cruiserweight wrestling is very fun, and it's nice to watch. And when done correctly, and there's selling involved, and they give them time.
There ain't no selling in cruiserweight wrestling.
Well, when they give them time, but I'm basically saying when they give them time.
But that's what
when they give them time. And their own time, and they have multiple matches on show, and not just the throw-off match of the week.
But that's what makes Cruiserweight so exciting, that there's really no selling. It's jumping, flipping. It's Lucha Libre. It's the Lucha Libre style of wrestling. And I believe that you need to have different areas of wrestling so you can attract different fans. That's why I feel like the Divas division is important. I feel the tag division is important. And I feel the light Cruiserweights are important. I think everybody do. Like, a couple of weeks ago on Impact, the Sonjay Dutt versus Recon, the Puzzle Man as I want to call him, I thought was an excellent match. It was fast-paced. It told a story.
Rubik's.
They called him Rubik's.
They called him Rubik's. His name is Jigsaw.
Rubik's.
Let's get on with it.
And the thing about it
is
with like
Scorpio Sky and the black dude that got beat by Ryback.
Like when I saw the story, and I'm like, oh man, TNA is trying to jump the gun. They're trying to establish their cruiserweight stars right now before WWE
They only do it once a year, and that's for Destination X. And because they have a pay-per-view in that spot called Destination X, which is dedicated to the X division.
I just want to point out that also
that's the only time they pay attention to it. It's when Destination X comes in. Remember last year when they brought all these old X Division people in, and they were just going to do an entire X Division pay-per-view, and then AJ Styles and Daniels was like, we're going to do this, and Samoa Joe was left out because they said he was too fat, and it was just like, there we go. It's once a year they decide to focus on the X Division. They should probably do it more, but they won't.
I think it should be a year. I think it should be 365 days. I think it should be a focal point. I think that the X Division should start off every show. I mean, you start off with the champion involved somehow, then you move in your first match as the X Division match. I think the X Division should have more relevance than the television title match.
Well, the television title is held by Diva. That means nothing.
And I think that WWE has hindered themselves by waiting for their network to launch to do this Cruiserweight show.
That network ain't never
Exactly.
Although they did cut a new commercial for it, apparently. And it's going to air either doing the Money in the Bank pay-per-view or this week on Raw.
I feel that what they need to do, they need to start focusing on Cruiserweight. Sin Cara needs somebody to fight. Sin Cara needs somebody to fight. Tyson Kidd is awesome if you give him an opportunity to be on the show. Put these guys on the show.
Oh, you didn't see SmackDown this week either. I had 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. Stop dating ourselves. But they all know we record these back to back.
Tyson Kidd, I moved up, Aries. That's all I want to let you know.
That's what I want to see, Marcus. The Cruiserweight division has always been the proving ground for all of the champions in wrestling.
No, it hasn't.
Started off as a light heavyweight.
Yeah, but Cruiserweight was a damn tag wrestler. He went to heavyweight.
Yeah, man. What are you?
But he was smaller.
So was
smaller
guy.
Hogan was never a cruiserweight.
I was in the wrong company because I said it earlier. WWE has never had a cruiserweight.
WWE don't give a damn about small wrestlers. Vince McMahon loves the big guys. That's the reason No Time is on TV. That's the reason Great Khali is even in the company. It's because he's a big, ginormous freak.
I think the importance and the relevance of the Cruiserweight division, you got to give people.
I know what I'm talking about.
You have to give people a different pace in wrestling. It has to be like a roller coaster. You have to have your slow, methodical matches. Then you have your speed matches. You go back, women's match. You got to give people variety so more people will tune in because they'll find what they like.
So they can wait for that one spot and then realize when that one spot is over, they turn away?
Well, they can do that, but they might see something else that they like.
Oh, wait. Austin Aries just fought Alex Shelley. I can't wait to see that one. Oh, that's over.
Can I tell you something?
I don't want to see John Cena
if I wasn't doing this show, I would do that. I would flip after Austin Aries gets off the TV. I felt that Austin Aries and Robert Roode was an excellent segment. And it was like, oh, they sold it. I mean, they showed why they were great people. But like I said, back to my point, WWE is missing out on opportunity because right now you can establish your Cruiserweight division on Raw. You have plenty of time to establish this. Just like when you bring out Sid Vicious to fight Heath Slater, you can easily put any like heavyweight right there.
When you don't have Daniel Bryan or CM Punk or AJ going for that Cruiserweight title, What's the point of having?
You can use other people like Tyson Kidd, Trent Beretta, Heath Slater. Heath Slater can fall into the light heavyweight
for the second time with this podcast.
Yes,
Trent Beretta is dead.
He still got a job. You can even use JTG and his jizz. Yeah. Whatever. I mean, it's just the point. And then you have all these other wrestlers. I mean, Austin Aries. Who else? I mean,
you know what the WWE thinks of Cruiserweights, Eric? Ryback matches.
No,
that's what they think.
No,
that's what they think. Everybody, they're just good to take good bumps and go down.
And I agree with that. And that's where TNA needs to go back to the roots, because WWE, no matter how much they talk about that they want to start a Cruiserweight division, they want to do this, they will not give a damn. TNA can set themselves apart by actually focusing on the X division again.
They have.
At
one point in their life, they cared.
I don't know.
They got on TV and they stopped caring. They kicked out Rhino and stopped caring.
I mean, the last big major storyline they did, besides this one with Austin Aries, was pretty much.
AJ Styles is technically still in the X Division, Christopher Daniels and Kazarian, and I believe their top storyline is an X Division storyline right now.
No,
it's not the title.
Marcus,
the heavyweight title is taking a backseat.
AJ Styles is not considered a X Division star anymore. Marcus, he's not.
He got pushed by Surge.
Now he's a mid carder.
So what you said? Cruiserweights can never main event pay-per-view. They just
I'm just saying there's a point where you get out of the X Division and you move on to a better thing. But it's a good place to start.
You're a mid-carder.
Yeah.
Well, you're not even a mid-card. You're the undercard.
Yeah, you're the undercard.
You want to start the show.
Marcus, let me ask you a question. How many light heavyweight fights have sold out arenas? Not many. Not many. But they're on the card.
Rampage Jackson's a light heavyweight fight.
I'm sorry. I meant to say lightweight. How many lightweights have sold off the card? Not many. Brian, you need to get behind the camera.
I'm looking at it.
You can't look at the fucking camera if you're over there.
I don't know that I just came over there.
Because it's about to stop again.
You yell at me, goddammit.
Do your job.
What?
I'm trying to have a professional conversation here with Marty.
I don't even know what this conversation is really about, because I think we're agreeing that Cruiserweight Division is good and not pushing the Cruiserweight Division is bad.
So, I guess to wrap everything up into a nice little package, Marcus, we both feel Cruiserweight wrestling has a place in professional wrestling.
Do we actually agree on something?
Shake!
We'll agree.
What the hell?
But Mark, I guess the important question is, Marcus, will either of the companies actually give the Cruiserweight division and the lightweight division the time it deserves to be a mature division?
Maybe in 10 years. But then again, maybe not. I can see a point. I can see it like this. Look, I can see it like this. They're pushing tag team wrestling right now, and it seems to be the focus in WWE. TNA is only going to promote X Division wrestlers and light heavyweight.
I thought you were about to say TNA is going to promote what WWE is promoting. WWE is going to do it, TNA going to do it.
Well, Eric, TNA has shown more evidence of making WWE's former WWE stars win over the unknowns. They still do it. They had that black dude beat Scorpio's guy, Rashid Cameron, or whatever his name is. Did you get that part? Oh, well, it's 2 weeks ago. I can see a point in which Cruiserweight Division becomes hot in both companies, and they both decide to really push them. They push them real good, and everything's going good, everybody's happy, and then all of a sudden, they bring in some big guy, and it's like the next big thing, let's say Crimson or Matt Morgan, and they come in there and they put the boost to all these little guys, and the Big Show and the Khali, and they just throw them around, and that's the end of Cruiserweight Wrestling as we know it. And then it's a vicious cycle in which everybody understands Cruiserweight divisions, lightweight wrestlers, quick wrestlers, X division, whatever you want to call them, are entertaining. They promote, they can bring in money, but when it's all said and done, they think that these muscle brows, roided up, Dave Batista-like motherfuckers gonna make them the most money.
And in the long run, they probably will make them some money, but I'll let you know with the little lighter, smaller wrestlers who they attract the kids. And that's where your money's at. Because the kids make you buy the stuff from the parents.
John Cena touches the kids.
He does attract the kids too. And Martin apparently feels that he touches the kids also. But I think what happens is that the problem with wrestling right now is it's not diversified enough. There's not enough diversity in professional wrestling. I mean, there's not enough focus on women. It's not enough focus on the smaller wrestlers, and the biggest travesty of them all, it's not enough focus on minorities. There's really no minorities that are at the top.
You talking about the primetime players that
you got Jinder Mahal.
Shit, Ryan,
Right. Let me repeat what I said. There are no minorities that are at the top.
They ain't gotta be at the top. We ain't gotta be at the top.
They gotta be at the top because they sure as hell at the bottom.
We ain't gotta be at the top.
I'm not talking about black people. I'm talking about
I said we as in minorities, not as in black people.
Sheamus is at the top. He's the only minority we got.
He's Irish. No, I'm just saying. I mean,
first Irish-born champion, right?
I mean,
they need
the biggest,
diversity in there.
The biggest name minority that we have right now that's at the top is Alberto Del Rio. He's the one that has the most, I guess, credibility right now. After that, when you name the top wrestlers, everybody else is white. Except for Ken.
Rey Mysterio was on top for like forever.
Rey Mysterio ain't been seen in almost 6 months.
That's it, but still.
And in TNA,
but right, that's two. That's like saying I have black friends. I have two. You have two minorities that are on top.
Kofi Kingston and R-Truth for the tag team champions.
Yeah,
Kofi been seen, and R-Truth is his tag team champion because Evan Bourne got hurt.
Yeah, and the reason why Kofi ain't on TV because R-Truth is hurt. So I mean, there's not enough minorities in wrestling. It's simple as that. I mean, it's there's not enough focus on women. There's not enough focus on the smaller wrestlers, and there's not enough focus on minorities.
Is that the next episode, minorities? Because we focus on the cruiserweights.
We could bring that up, Marcus. I don't know if you want to talk about it, but we could.
Oh, man,
that's
it's very sensitive, and I'm very sensitive on the subject.
So are we gonna bring that up?
We can do it some other time.
So anyway, like I said, I think if wrestling wants to be profitable, if they want to make money, if they want to appeal to the audience that they appealed to once before, you need to diversify and you need to make segments for people to enjoy, but then make sure you enjoy the overall product. It's like watching a movie. When you watch a movie, movies has a lot of things going on, and
you got your action,
you got your drama, you got your storytelling,
you got your storytelling,
and the whole thing is
robots.
The whole thing is that and robot sex,
and you got CG robot sex and violence all into one, and you call it Transformers.
And then you just wrap it all up into a package to make money, and that's what you need to do. Is the thing about the whole thing with professional wrestling? It's about making money, and you can make money.
We're wrapping up this show.
Right, I'm on my soapbox. Let me be on my soapbox.
When we wrap up stuff, when you wrap up a gift, don't you put love and care in it? You gotta wrap it up, put it in a nice little bow with some nice wrapping.
Exactly, and so like what I'm saying is that you need to give me some other things to attach on with professional wrestling. Let me have some smaller wrestlers. Let me have some serious diva matches. Let me have some tag team wrestling. You know, I understand we're gonna have our John Cena's and our CM Punks, but damn it, I need my undercard because the mid card is just as important as the uppercard. Because those mid card wrestlers, my brother, will be the uppercard 10 years from now, and we need to let that be free. Let my people be free.
And basically, to all wrap this up, he's Eric. I'm Marcus, the Grand Finale. Turn wrestling into a buffet.
Exactly, Marcus. That's the smartest thing that you have said, Marcus. And I would like the AJ Styles Marcus repound you and give you the not used so much.
Give me
Rey Mysterio, Jeff Hardy hairstyle. Give it to me. There we go. Marcus and also the Derek Sheets. That's why we do this.
That's the wild man, Eric. Basically, you turn to you can have your Golden Corral segment week. They throw Golden Corral on every wrestling damn show anyway. The Golden Corral match of the week, the Cruiserweights.
Wrestling needs to be like a buffet.
Close the damn show.
No,
you're gonna repeat what he just said.
No, I was pointing out. That's the greatest thing. Wrestling needs to be like a buffet. You have an abundance, a little something for everybody to like. People might not like everything, but as long as it's something for somebody to like, they will continue to come.
Give me cotton candy, eggs, ham, and a chocolate waterfall any day of the week.
Yeah,
all in
one giant commercial for Golden Corral right now.
So we hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Please
sponsor us, Golden Corral.
Please, yeah, we will take some deals.
We're open for sponsorship.
If you guys have any suggestions for shows, ideas, if you disagree or agree with us, whatever we have talked about in the last 2 episodes, feel free to contact us via email or even comment on the YouTube station. I will let you guys know that if you want to hear our response to the comments on YouTube, you will need to subscribe to our show at iTunes, and that's the Sharpshooters, DA Sharpshooters, or go to our website, and all our shows are posted right there. We appreciate all you guys watching and listening to our show. We have a great time doing this, and we want to thank you. And until next week, stay sharp.